The mirror is cracked, but it still shows enough. Enough to see the scissors shaking in her hand. Enough to see the girl she used to be. The glass smells faintly of rust and old soap. The kind issued without care. The kind that never quite erases what came before. Greta Keller leans closer, breathing fog onto the surface, wiping it away with her sleeve. Her face appears in fragments, one eye whole, the other split by a jagged white line. Her cheeks are hollow now. Hunger has carved them patiently. Her hair is still long, too long. She gathers it in her fist and pulls until her scalp burns. Pain steadies her. Somewhere in the barrack, a woman whispers a prayer. Somewhere farther down the corridor, boots strike concrete, slow, deliberate, unafraid of time. They said the officers notice hair first. The scissors close. Snip. The sound is small but final. A dark lock slides into the sink. Greta does not stop. She cuts again, faster now, uneven, brutal. Strands fall to the floor like feathers torn from a wing. She rubs soot into her cheeks, scratches her jaw until it reddens, presses her mouth into a hard, unfamiliar shape. Ugly, she thinks. Make yourself ugly. The room smells of damp wool and fear that has lived too long indoors. Greta's hands tremble despite her resolve. She watches herself disappear piece by piece, replaced by something harsher, something meant to survive. The boots pause outside the door. Her heart stumbles, then pounds. She does not know the officer's face, but she knows exactly what she fears he will see. The train smells of iron, sweat, and old despair soaked into wood. Greta is pressed between bodies so tightly she cannot tell where her ribs end and another woman's shoulder begins. The floor vibrates beneath her boots as the train jerks forward, metal screaming against metal. Someone retches quietly in the corner. Someone else hums a childhood song, the melody thin and broken. No one speaks above a whisper. Silence has become instinct. Through a narrow crack in the boards, Germany slides past in fragments. Collapsed houses, burned fields, a church tower standing alone like a snapped bone. Greta watches it all with the numb attention of someone attending her own funeral. "They say the Americans smile," a voice murmurs behind her. "Before?" Another asks. "Before," comes the answer. Greta closes her eyes. Propaganda has prepared them carefully. Enemy soldiers with clean hands and cruel patience. Officers who choose women the way men choose bread, by touch, by appetite. She imagines their voices calm, almost gentle. The train lurches again. A woman stumbles and grips Greta's arm, fingers cold and desperate. Greta does not pull away. Human contact is the only thing keeping them upright. Her stomach twists, empty and aching. Hunger is no longer pain. It is a background noise, like the rattle of the wheels, familiar, almost comforting. She slips her hand into her coat pocket, touching the small notebook hidden there. The paper is soft from use. Diary and scratched pencil. "If they see me, let them see nothing worth taking. Let me be invisible." The train slows. The air changes, cleaner somehow, sharper. Greta feels it before she hears it. The approach of something unknown. Something waiting. She tightens her grip on the diary. The journey is ending. Whatever comes next is not a rumor anymore. They step down from the train one by one, blinking like moles dragged into daylight. The platform is wide, clean, too clean. Greta's boots touch concrete unbroken by craters, and the sensation unsettles her more than barbed wire ever did. The air smells wrong, fresh, almost sweet, carrying the faint bite of oil and something warm baking somewhere beyond sight. An American soldier stands nearby, chewing slowly. He is younger than she expects. His uniform fits too well. His face is ordinary. He does not shout. Greta waits for the blow that never comes. "Line up," someone says in German. The accent is careful, practiced. Hands tremble around her. A woman begins to cry, quietly, as if embarrassed by the sound. Greta's mouth is dry. Her tongue tastes of metal and fear. She keeps her eyes lowered, shoulders rounded, hair uneven and brutal against her neck. They are led into a building with windows intact. Glass. Real glass. Sunlight pools on the floor. It feels obscene. Inside, they are handed objects. Soap. Greta stares at it, unsure she understands. The bar is thick, white, heavy in her palm. It smells faintly of flowers. Her fingers curl around it instinctively, afraid it might vanish. "This is a trick," someone whispers. "Don't use it," another says. "They'll take it back." Greta presses the soap to her wrist and inhales. Her throat tightens. She has not smelled anything clean in months. An officer enters the room. Conversation dies instantly. He scans the line, not hungrily, not hurriedly, but with a calm attention that makes Greta's skin prickle. When his eyes pass over her, she feels exposed despite everything she has done. He stops, looks again. Greta's heart slams against her ribs. She has made herself ugly, so why does the fear not leave? Morning arrives without sirens. That is the first revelation. Greta wakes to light spilling gently through a window, not the harsh gray glare she has learned to dread. For a moment she does not know where she is. Then the smell reaches her, coffee. Real coffee, bitter and warm, threading through the corridor like a forbidden memory. They are given breakfast, not a ration, not a scrap. Bread that tears softly under her fingers, butter that leaves a pale sheen on her skin, an egg, whole and intact, its shell warm as if it remembers the hand that gathered it. Greta stares at the plate, waiting for laughter, for correction. None comes. Around her, women eat in silence, some too fast, some crying as they chew. One hides half her bread in her sleeve. Another kisses her crust before biting it. An American guard watches from the door. He does not rush them. He does not count bites. "This is wrong," Marta whispers. "My sister wrote. There is nothing left at home." Guilt settles in Greta's stomach, heavier than the food. Each swallow feels like betrayal. She tastes salt and shame together. Later they are issued clean clothes. Rough, but clean. Greta runs her thumb along a seam, marveling at its strength. At home, dresses were patched until fabric forgot its original shape. In the washroom, she hesitates before the mirror. The ugly girl looks back at her. Still, the officer's eyes return to her mind. Not cruel, not kind, but assessing, as if he sees something she cannot erase with scissors or soot. That night, Greta writes by borrowed light. Diary, night. They feed us. They do not shout. This kindness frightens me more than hunger ever did. If the enemy is human, then what does that make us? Outside, the camp is quiet. And in the quiet, her fear learns how to wait. The letter arrives folded too neatly, its creases sharp as if they might cut. Greta holds it for a long time before opening it. The paper is thin, official. It smells faintly of dust and distance. Around her, the barrack hums with murmurs as other women read. Gasp, press hands to mouths. Food is scarce, her mother writes. We trade buttons for potatoes. The nights are cold even now. Greta's throat tightens. She reads the lines again, slower, as if repetition might soften them. Outside, an American truck rumbles past, loaded with crates. The sound is low, steady, confident. That is the cruelty of it. They are treated well enough to think, given space enough for doubt. The propaganda collapses not with a scream, but with a whisper. Greta finds herself watching the guards' hands. How they offer, not seize. How they gesture, not command. The officer passes her table one afternoon and nods. Just that, a nod. Her pulse jumps anyway, memory flaring like a bruise pressed too soon. She lowers her eyes, feeling foolish for the fear that remains. At night, the women argue in whispers. We cannot accept this, Marta says. We are alive, someone answers. At what cost? Greta does not speak. She stares at the ceiling, counting cracks, listening to the building breathe. She feels herself splitting, between gratitude and guilt, relief and shame. Between the girl who cut her hair and the woman who eats buttered bread. She writes again, the pencil heavy. Diary, late. If they are not monsters, then the stories were lies. And if the stories were lies, what have I been surviving for? Outside, the flag moves in the wind, slow and steady. Inside, Greta's certainty erodes grain by grain. She is still afraid, but now she is afraid of understanding. The announcement comes without ceremony. A list is posted on the wall, names typed cleanly, evenly spaced. Greta reads it twice before. Understanding, transfer, repatriation. A word she has carried, like a stone in her chest, suddenly lifts, leaving an unfamiliar hollow behind. Around her, reactions fracture. One woman laughs and cannot stop. Another sinks onto her bed, face in her hands, whispering a name over and over as if calling someone back from the dead. Greta feels neither joy nor relief, only weight. She packs slowly. The soap, used now smaller, its edges softened, goes into her coat pocket. So does the diary. These are the things she has become. The officer appears at the door as they line up. He reads names aloud, voice level, impersonal. When he reaches hers, he pauses. Not long, just long enough for the moment to stretch. Keller, he says. Greta steps forward. For the first time, she looks directly at him. His eyes are tired, that is all. Not cruel, not kind. Human in a way she is not prepared for. On the bus, the engine hums steadily. The camp recedes, orderly and intact, shrinking into something almost unreal. Greta presses her forehead to the glass. She thinks of the girl in the cracked mirror. The scissors, the fear that shaped her hands. She opens her diary one last time. Diary, final entry. I tried to disappear. Instead, I learned to see. The greatest terror was not what they might do to me, but what the truth would do to the lies I needed. The road stretches forward. Greta does not know what waits at its end, but she knows this. She will never be able to make herself blind again.